The battlefield has been set up. We rolled off and got priority targets. So you've got the 5 targets, 1 in the center, the 4 outside ones. You alternate sliding them around up to 6 inches. Blair won the roll off. She picked that deployment zone. That's the triangular looking deployment zone that goes that direction. So she's got the nice big chunky piece of terrain, and it's appropriate because it's Imperials versus Xenos in a sense. So not in a sense, it is. So we've got like kind of the bombed out Imperialis over there with some not so happy people in the middle, and then the Drukhari are kind of encroaching, and the alien terrain is coming in from this side. I think it's fun. Could probably make it flavorful and interesting. So I've got this deployment zone. We pulled objectives away from each other. You know, it's what you're gonna do, I guess. And we'll come back in a bit after we've done the deployment of the armies, and we'll roll off and get this thing fired up. Here we go with Blair running her Sisters of Battle army. It is a very pretty army. She says that you have to look close to see the missing details. We'll not look that close because I think they look great. So, if you don't mind, tell me what all we got here.
So we have 3 units of 8 Retributors each. 4 in each unit have multi-meltas. We have a Preacher Dude. And we have 3 units of Repentia, 2 of 8 and 1 of 9. We have 3 squads of 5 Battle Sisters. Calidus Assassin, Celestine, a Canoness, and Junith. And then we have 5 Zephyrim, and then 2 Mortifiers and an Imagifier.
And then 2 just plain old rhinos?
2 rhinos, yeah.
Cool. That's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting army. I played Sisters yesterday in a tournament, and it was a very interesting game. It was a whole different list. I'm gonna have to rethink everything for this. Good times, good times. We'll jump over to my list. I'm running Triple Patrol. I'm doing this one different after the tournament, and it's a list of my favorite units. So we'll start on the left with a Haemonculus. Here in the front, he's going to be Dark Technomancer, squad of Wracks with a Hexrifle and Ossifactor, 2 Venoms, 2 Reapers, and that is it for them. Then the next unit over is Prophets of Flesh, so we'll have Drazhar stuck in there. We've got the Homunculus with Vexator Mask, squad of Wracks, and then in the back we have 2 Talos going along with them. Then we have a Aeldari detachment. So the Incarn, you got the Succubus in here. She has the Archite Glaive and a Blast Pistol. Squad of 8 Witches. The Shard Knight in there, Blast Pistol and Agonizer. A squad of 5 Witches with a Blast Pistol and a Shard Knight. 2 squads of 4 Reavers, and that's it. My list comes out to 1998 points. I can't squeeze in those extra 2 points. It's very disappointing. Sure, maybe I could if I wanted to. And we will go ahead and get our deployment, and we'll get everything set up, and we'll come back and show you the battle mat, and we'll get this game started. Folks, the battle is about to begin. We have Sisters all deployed back here. I would say they're hiding. Many would say they're being clever, smart, good deployment, things like that. Is all of that is in Deep Strike? No, some of that's in a Rhino, right?
Yeah, the Repentia.
The Repentia and a Rhino, 1 squad of Repentia in Deep Strike? Is
Yes.
that right? Okay, and then 1 squad of Sisters in Deep Strike. And then your, what are they called? The winged ladies over there?
Zephyrim.
Zephyrim and the Calidus are also in Deep Strike. And then over here we have the Prophets of Flesh for the most part. A couple of little witches over there, jet bikes. We got the Succubus and the Incarn hiding in the back. Yes, they're hiding as well. I'm not going to deny it. Then you've got the 2 Venoms, 1 with Wracks, 1 with Witches, and then 2 Reapers, Homunculus, and the other squad of jet bikes. So we're all deployed. My Incubi and Drazhar are in the webway portal, and we are ready to roll off. So I will let you roll first. Oh boy, it's a 5. And it's a 4. Are you going to choose to go first or second?
Take a quick measurement.
It's a quick measure. We'll be back for you. Okie dokie, folks. The end of Drukhari turn 1. I lost the roll off, so she forced me to go first. That's what happened there. So the Rhino was gone. Repentia got out. One broke her ankle getting out and died in the fire. And then I killed a whole 2 with poison weapons. And it actually came down to one of the other Reapers melting it, which was kind of sad. Waste of firepower. But at least it's 2 fewer Repentia out of that squad. Reavers on this side, they shot forward and advanced to get engaged on all fronts. Venom moved up. The blue Venom disembarked Wracks back to this objective. The Reapers came up. Almost said that wrong. Haemonculus came up to still keep the bubble there. Incarn shuffled. Succubus stayed back here, trying to screen out deep striking in the next turn if we can. Wracks just shuffled forward, keeping priority objectives. This blob of fun, another Haemonculus with Vexator Mask, Talos, and these bikes moved up here to get all over objectives as much as possible. And that's it. So we will come back at the end of Sisters turn 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Sisters turn 1 is over. Did some moving and scooting back here. Moved, shuffled, did some shenanigans, popped smoke on the Rhino. Over here, a Talos died. It took a full Retributor squad, so that was okay, I guess. But I was sad to lose a whole Talos. My jet bikes died over here to the Repentia, which is no surprise because they only have a 4-up save, and Repentia are nasty. Over here, 2 Retributor squads shuffled forward, popped a Reaper, used lightning fast reactions over here, and actually kept a Reaper alive. I was really pleased. In fact, I think it was your second squad that just whiffed a lot. The other squad did hit a few times, and so it was an interesting mix. It was both good and bad in her shooting phase. Mr. Mortifier over there went over and got rid of my other jet bikes because the poor jet bikes, they're so much fun and I love them, but they die real fast. So I guess they did what they needed to do. And then this Talos over here dying did bring the Incarn in, so the Incarn is looking to finish off some Repentia in this next turn, theoretically. Yeah, it was an interesting turn. Scored a couple of points, bring it down, got 2 points for that. And Blair has Why We Stand, We Fight, so I'm not sure if anything will really happen with that for me, but she'll probably get points out of it. And her other one is Deploy Scramblers. So far, so good. Come back at the end of Drukhari, turn 2. So the Drukhari turn 2 has come to a close, and it is bloody, it was violent, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So over here, Drazhar came in from that corner, made a charge into Retributor squad. I did not think wisely. I did not attack with him first. So when I attacked the squad on the other side of the wall, same squad, she pulled out of combat. So he was left in the wind, which meant he couldn't do anything cool except pile into the Magifier, and then he took a wound from the Magifier. That was embarrassing. Way to go, Drazhar, Master of Blades. I guess it's my fault because I didn't choose my order of combat right. Over here, this Venom came up. I think we might have killed 1 or 2 Repentia with shooting. Oh, we did. Our 2 Venoms shot into the Repentia here after we killed the Rhino, and killed a couple of them, so that was useful. Then piled into the Retributors. This Venom piled into the Retributors, or I mean, excuse me, attacked and charged, weathered the Overwatch, made the combat. These witches got out of the Venom previous, moved up, and then piled in and charged, and we killed all but 3 of those. So that was good for us. The Reaper moved up. The Reaper is the one, even with the -1 to shoot through the obscuring, was able to kill the Rhino, even on his wounded profile, so I was proud of him. He did a good thing. They're sitting back there, holding objectives. Over here, the Incarn. The Talos only did 1 wound on a Retributor. It was very sad. I thought he would do better because he was mad about losing his friend, but no. So we killed the Repentia squad here. The Incarn piled into the squad on the other side of the wall. And that was fun. The Incubi came in this back corner. There was just enough room for them. They made their charge into what used to be a Retributor squad here and did lots of slicing and dicing. So, tied up a lot of the threats. Oh, the Talos with his Haywire also popped the Mortifier that was on this side of the board. So the shooting phase was good. The charge phase was good. It was a lot of death. So that is the end of the Drukhari turn 2. There's still a few things in Deep Strike for the Sisters, so it's definitely not an over game. we'll have to see. Sisters have a little bit of work to do to catch up now. And we'll be back after Sisters of Battle turn 2. Very interesting turn, folks. Sisters of Battle kind of came back, did some work here. So my incubi were reduced to 2 after the Repentia came in, and then I failed morale, but this guy did not. So I'm down to just my Playvex. These sisters fell out of combat with the Incarn, came through the wall this direction. They stayed still. The Talos took a couple wounds. Venom over here died. The witches died. This other Venom got fallen out of combat with because the Retributors wanted to kill my Reaper, which they did. Back here, Celestine got killed by Drazhar. That was kind of exciting. And then did not stand back up. So Drazhar is sitting there with 3 wounds left. We've got a Mortifier over here. The Mortifier, I was mortified, haha, at how many attacks it did, and it deleted the witches real fast. The Incarn came over here at the end of their shooting phase because the Reaper was the last thing to get popped. So the Incarn is sitting in the middle, holding that objective. These Wracks got knocked out real quick by the Repentia. And then over here, these are Seraphim, is that right?
Zephyr. Yeah.
Zephyr. They flew in down here, deployed Scramblers, so they just have to deploy Scramblers one more time for those 10 points. The Succubus is still hanging out. That is it. Pretty interesting. So the sisters managed to score some points, got some stuff unstuck from combat. I don't know exactly what we'll do about that. So we will be back after Drukhari turn 3. Okay, Drukhari turn 3 is ended. Down here, my poor little sergeant man whiffed all the wounds. I was so sad. And then he died because Repentia are mean. Over here, the witches came in, charged, the Venom charged. We killed the Canoness. The Incarn actually was over here as well. Killed the Canoness and the Retributor squad over there. Back here, we killed Junith with Drazhar, charged in and did not kill the Imagifier, but came close, and the Imagifier almost put a wound on Drazhar again. Would have been kind of ironic. The Talos over here charged and killed the sisters over that corner. We got the Haemonculus over there. Wracks are still here. Back here, the Succubus hit everything. Well, we did some wounding and shooting. We killed 2 of them in the shooting, and then the Succubus just failed to wound. Needed 3s, rolled 1s and 2s. It was fantastically bad. This Haemonculus is going to stand on this objective if it means something. Just to get the engage on all fronts is all he's doing. So he's being a brave lad, daring the Repentia to come in, but they are going to have to do Scramblers if they want to get that point. So probably going to happen. Mortifier was too far away to get tagged by my Incarn, so it just got to hang out after killing the witches. So that is it. We're at the end of the turn. About to be Sisters of Battle turn 3, and there's a lot of death happening still. There's still plays to be made, and they're going to get primary points this turn. Huzzah! So we'll be back after Sisters of Battle turn 3. All right, folks, Sisters of Battle turn 3 is done. Drazhar got tied up with the sister squad and killed all but one of them. Very disappointed. They rolled a 6. These witches killed the Retributors. The Venom has been left alone. The Incarn killed the Repentia over here. My Haemonculus and Talos were left alone, minding their own business. Mortifier came over here to take this objective away. The Repentia down here only killed my Haemonculus by 1 wound extra because of the Nightmare Doll. Really cool. Sisters back there deployed Scramblers for the last time, so they got their 10 out of that. And this time, the Succubus decided to do the business and killed the Zephyr that were left. And the Calidus, hiding in shadows, being stealthy, is dropped down back here. So, end of the turn, 10 for deploy Scramblers, 10 for your primary. And we'll be back after Drukhari turn 4. End of the Drukhari turn 4. Talos moved up, tried to do what it did last time and kill a Mortifier with Haywire. It did nothing. The Incarn did some mortal wounding and killed the Imagifier, so we maxed Assassinate. I've got a funny shadow from my light. So the witches came around, charged in, killed the last sister. So Drazhar and the sisters are just chillaxing back there. I mean, not the sisters, the witches. Venom came over here, shot into those sisters, didn't really do anything. The story of this particular round was back here. My succubus came in, made the wonderful charge into this here Calidus, did 3 wounds, and I didn't realize that the Calidus had an ignoring invulnerable saves attack and just melted the witch. I was kind of sad about that. I had no idea they could do that. Learned a valuable lesson. So there we go. I did not get engaged in all 3 sides or quarters that time because of that. And we're going into Sisters turn 4. Time has passed quickly. Mortifier, shot at the Venom, didn't do anything. The Repentia with their auto-advancing, not auto-advancing, but advancing, charging, and the Miracle Dice charged into my Wracks, and they're gone. Back here, these sisters move forwards just to be able to get onto that objective, so that now, in Blair's next turn, there is a chance of getting 15 for primary, which would be pretty helpful for them. It is my turn to do something bad, maybe, in the last minutes of the game and prevent her scoring 15. Is it possible? I don't know. So we'll be back after Drukhari, turn 5. The end of the Drukhari turn. The Incarn is up here, did smite into the Mortifier and took 2 wounds off of it. The second, the targeted smite, Ennead's Gaze, I think, was blocked. Thank you, sisters. The Talos did the business, only got 2 hits, but rolled 2 6s to wound, so the D3 mortals killed it. 2 D3 mortals killed it. Over on this side, the Venom moved around over here, shot and killed 3 sisters, then charged and actually killed the last 2 in combat. It was glorious. So that's it. We shut down some of the scoring. They'll still get 5. Sisters will still get 5 this turn for primary with the Repentia, and that's basically it. So we'll wrap up, see if she can get anything done in her turn 5 with this scary little Calidus back there, and we'll be back. Okay, Sister's turn is over. The Venom over here, the Calidus came around to peek at it. The gun was not in range. Failed the charge. It was actually pretty long. Did the command reroll and got a 9 on it. It still wasn't enough. So with that, the Calidus being alive got 5 points for While We Stand, and 5 points on primary with the Repentia. It was kind of a crazy game. So the Drukhari speed got him into it and kept him into it, and it ended up being a pretty good victory. It was 98-56. And I would have to say that my witches are, again, probably one of my favorite units in the game. For this turn, or for this game, the Incarn also was really helpful. And for Blair, we were talking about this a little bit ago. Her MVP for her army would have been the Repentia. This squad survived with only losing 1 member, but the Repentia in general, just really tore up anything they touched, and it was very interesting. So it was a really cool game. Second time facing off with sisters with a Drukhari, and I do like this list a lot better than the one I took to the tournament. So I'll probably play around with this some more, maybe tweak a little here and there, but I think this is pretty fun list. So I hope you enjoyed the game. This has been another Kitchen Table Wargaming Battle Report. Thank you, Blair, for the game. I enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time.